Putin warns that the world is going down a road that leads to a nuclear war. These days, most people in the Western world give very little thought to what a nuclear war might be like. And that's very strange because we are actually closer to a global nuclear war than we have ever been before. If a conflict between Ukraine and Russia erupts, the U.S. and Russia would essentially be in a state of war from that point forward. I do not anticipate that we would immediately be firing nuclear missiles at one another, but it would definitely put us on the verge of such a scenario. Both sides would be in a state of constant alert with their fingers on the triggers, and all it would take is a single mistake to unleash an unthinkable nuclear nightmare. The Biden administration seems to think that there won't be any serious consequences for endlessly provoking the Russians, but Russian President Vladimir Putin definitely seems to understand what is at stake. Emmanuel Macron says that I've been saying it, but I'd very much want you to finally hear me and deliver it to your audience in print, TV, and online. Do you understand it or not that if Ukraine joins NATO and attempts to bring Crimea back by military means, the European countries will automatically pulled into a war conflict with Russia? War with Russia should be something that we try extremely hard to avoid, because once a war with Russia starts, there's a very good chance that it will go nuclear. The military potential of NATO and Russia are incomparable, and we understand it. But we also understand that Russia is one of the leading nuclear states, and by some modern components, it even outperforms many. There will be no winners, and you will be pulled into this conflict against your will. You won't even have time to blink your eye when you execute Article 5, which is collective defense of NATO members. Mr. President Macron, of course, doesn't want this. And I don't want it, and I don't want it, which is why he is here torturing me for 6 straight hours. But even though Putin believes that there would be no winners in a nuclear war, he has still been preparing the Russians to fight one. The development of the S-500 missile defense system was game-changing, according to the Russian Defense Ministry. It had no analogs anywhere in the world. The S-500 anti-aircraft missile system has no analogs, and is defined to defeat the entire spectrum of existing and promising aerospace attack weapons of a potential enemy in the entire range of altitudes and speeds, the Defense Ministry said in a statement. Unfortunately, the Russians are quite correct about the S-500. There isn't anything like it anywhere else in the world, and it gives the Russians a tremendous advantage. It has been designed to be able to intercept and bring down any incoming threats, and that includes intercontinental ballistic missiles from the United States. Produced by Russian state-owned defense company Almaz Anti-Concern, the S-500 is designed to intercept intercontinental ballistic missiles and other aerial attacks at an altitude of about 200 kilometers or about 124 miles. The weapon system can hit up to 10 targets out of a range of about 372 miles and has a response time of 3 to 4 seconds, shorter than the S-400. The S-500 uses the 77NG-N and 77NG-N1 missiles, which can be fitted with an inert warhead capable of destroying enemy nuclear warheads with precision. Woo! All right. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to not spend too much time on this. This is pretty scary. I hope you heard that they have the best missile capabilities than anyone. Okay, the U.S. doesn't have anything worth being compared to the S-500. As S-500 units are put into service, they will complement the A-135 anti-ballistic missile systems, which already form a defensive ring around Moscow. They have interceptors that can contain up to 17 times the speed of sound to swat down ICBMs using a 10 kiloton nuclear warhead. but the A-135 only defends Moscow and the surrounding industrial areas. In the old days, mutual destruction during a nuclear conflict was essentially guaranteed because neither side had any way to defend against incoming intercontinental ballistic missiles. But now, the balance of power has shifted. The Russians have very advanced anti-ballistic missile systems, and we do not. Meanwhile, the Russians have also developed new hypersonic cruise missiles that are extremely alarming. Russia test-fired around 10 new Zircon hypersonic cruise missiles from a frigate and 2 more from a submarine, Interfax news agency said on Friday, citing Northern Fleet. Russian President Vladimir Putin has landed the weapon as part of a new generation of unrivaled arms system. The fact that the Russians can fire these hypersonic missiles from submarines should send a chill up your spine. In previous articles, we read that black hole submarines are so quiet that they can sneak up to our coastlines without anyone knowing they are even there. Needless to say, this gives the Russians quite an impressive first strike capability. In a nuclear war, you do not want to be on the side that doesn't strike first. And as repeatedly warned, a surprise Russian first strike would absolutely cripple the United States before we even knew what hit us. As for the United States military, it continues to fall even further behind. Our strategic nuclear arsenal is badly outdated. Our missile defense systems are a joke compared to what the Russians have, and our hypersonic missile tests just keep failing. But nobody in the world is better at implementing diversity and inclusion programs. If a future war with the Russians or the Chinese comes down to a battle of political correctness, we will win for sure. Unfortunately, for the U.S. military, that's not how wars are fought, and that is very bad news for us. So we need to be in big-time prayer about this because, in Revelations, and I'm not going to really get into this right now, but the United States is not mentioned in the end times. Could it be that the United States will be taken out of the way? And could it possibly mean that it will be by nuclear war? Something to think about. I love you guys and have a wonderful evening.